Hi, I'm Christine with Crafts Direct, and today I'm going to show you how you can create this It's the Little Things 15 by 7 rustic sign. Let's get started.
This is what you're going to need to get started. You're also going to need some twine, which is listed on the supply list, as I decided to change out the jute. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the jute from the rustic sign, and then you're going to place your washi tape or painter's tape along all four edges of the rustic sign, and you want to make sure to push it down so there is no air bubbles that paint could seep under. Next, you're going to apply the Starlight Gold paint to the rustic sign using a paintbrush and applying a nice even coat. If you need a second coat, you want to let dry in between your coats. Once you have applied your paint and it is mainly dry, you're going to remove the washi tape or painter's tape from the rustic sign, and it should leave a nice crisp border. Next, you're going to apply your vinyl to the rustic sign. You want to remove the backing and make sure that your paint is completely dry, otherwise your vinyl will not stick. You're going to place it towards the bottom, centering it. I did end up applying the vinyl so the F was towards the very bottom edge of the black. Before applying the vinyl, I just used one of the 3x4 cards just for spacing to make sure that I had approximately the same space on each side, and I mainly just eyeballed it. Then once you get the vinyl where you like it, you are gonna apply it using a scraper or a credit card works well, and you are just going to rub over it until the vinyl is transferred onto the saying, and you want to peel it up slowly just to make sure that it's transferred, and if not, go back over it with the scraper and then peel up the masking on the top. Next, choose 6 journaling cards from the pack. I picked out 3 to use as my background and then 3 to map my photos on. Then you're going to attach them to the rustic sign using an upholstery tack. They should push into the board, but if needed, use a hammer to push them down further. Now I'm going to cut down the journaling cards that I'm going to use for my matting, and I cut them down. I cut the 4-inch side down to 3 1/4 inches, and I cut the 3-inch side down to 2 3/4 inches. Then you're going to take your photos and you are going to adhere them to your mats that you cut using foam squares, and I placed 1 in each corner on the back side of my photos and then applied them to my matting. You're then going to take your matted photos and apply foam squares to the back of the matting, and I applied 5 on the back side, 1 in each corner and then 1 in the center, and then you are going to place these on top of the backgrounds that you have pinned to the rustic sign. And then from the scraps from the journaling cards that you use for the matting of the photos, you are going to cut little pieces off and cut a V into one of the ends to create little banners, and I just created one for each photo. You're then going to adhere the little banners to each of the photos using a foam square. You're then going to take the twine and you are going to cut about 3 lengths of the length of the rustic sign, and this will be your hanger. Then fold the twine in half and thread it through the hole from the back side, and then thread the other end through the other hole from the back side. You're then going to tie the ends up with the twine that's on the back side of the rustic sign and tie into a double knot and trim the edges, and your project is complete.
Thanks for joining me today. For the supply list for this project and other inspiration, check us out at craftsdirect.com under our projects tab.